All right, welcome everybody. Eugene, Hughes Motorized. Let's get right to the point. Today's video is brought to you by Vevor. Vevor contacted me and they asked me if I would like to do a review of their mag drill. And I said, yes, I love Vevor mag drill. So I'm gonna give right now, boom, let's get right to it. Thumbs up, this is a great mag drill. It's perfect for a home shop owner. This mag drill will replace a standard drill press with a little tweaking, a little ingenuity, and it makes great holes in steel. Let me show you something here, okay? When I first started building my little motorized creations, I needed to make some holes in steel for bearings and the like, and I use the hole saws and they work, but they've got some issues. You'll find you get a little bit of side play with this here and making a hole, and you're trying to get a bearing or something to fit in or a shaft to fit in, you're gonna have a bit of play in it, okay? So I did a little research and they said, well, the best way to make an accurate hole in steel is using an annular cutter, okay? This here is an annular cutter. It comes with a thing called an ejector pin. We'll get to that in just a second here. And it has a 3/4 inch weld-on shaft, weld-on shank on it here. And you've got a flat here and a flat here. Two flats, basically the set screws lock this into place. You've got the ejector pin that goes in there. The ejector pin, when it's pressed down against your workpiece, this here lifts up. It's got a little flat area machined on it, and that allows coolant to go down, and it lubricates and cools the bit so you can get a hole made real quick. Now, this here is 1/4 inch steel. You can make a hole like this using a mag drill in about 30 seconds. I mean, it just makes quick work of it. And the cool thing about it is this here chews through it rather quickly, and then the flutes, the outer flutes here also cut, and it gets it a perfect hole there. It's going to be concentric. You're going to drill a little bit of a pilot hole, which the ejector pin's going to go in and help it be centered, and the magnet part of it is going to lock that drill down solid to where it's not going to have any play in it whatsoever, and you're going to get a concentric hole. Now, once it drills through, you're going to have the slug here that's left, and that is going to be more or less stuck in the annular cutter when you're done. Now, you can oftentimes take a screwdriver and pop this out, or sometimes even just the spring pressure will push that out. The ejector pin will do that. If it doesn't, you remove the bit, and you can take a hammer, give it a little tappa, and then out comes the little slug of metal here. Now, your annular cutter, the depth of steel, plate steel, that it can go through is determined by how long the flutes are on this here and how deep the well is, because it's got to go all the way through, and then you can take your core out. So that said, all right, so my review of this Vevor mag drill. This is a 1300 watt drill. It's a model 8840. I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up. It's a great little drill. I'm not gonna badmouth it. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I got one little pick about it, and I'll get to that in a minute. It could be a little bit safer to operate, but then again, you know what? The cost of these things here compared to some of the higher end models, that it performs just as well as from what I've seen. It's a great value, okay? Speaking of value, check the link down below if you're interested. You can get a 5% discount. I'll give you a discount code there for it, and they've got a whole bunch of other mag drills. Like I said, hey, I want to interrupt this video here and tell you one thing. I've got a little YouTube channel that's devoted just to fabricating cool stuff out of metal. Check it out down there. I'll put a link down below in the description. So let's get on with the video. A 1600 watt mag drill that I use on my drill press that I adapted, but that's another video here. So let's go into detail about what we get here with this mag drill here, okay? So you've got the cutting fluid reservoir here that you put the cutting fluid in. I buy a gallon jug of it. I'll dilute it, 20% cutting fluid, the rest water. And you've got the hose you push in here, hose pushes in here. You've got a petcock. It allows the flow of the coolant to go through. The annular cutter, when it strikes against the workpiece, pushes the ejector pin up, the fluid goes out, and it floods the area that you want to drill with cutting fluid. Now let's take a look at the other side here, and let's get into detail about what we've got here. So you've got the switch, the on-off switch for the magnet. Now this here has a magnet base. You need to have at least 3/8 inch steel for this magnet to safely, and that's an important word, and securely stay on the substrate that you're going to be drilling into. Like I said, you can rig up a drill press area, and I'm going to utilize this piece of steel here, this little table that I've got with some modifications, and rig me up a little table here, a bed here, and utilize this to replace a standard bench drill press. But we'll get into that later, okay? But you've got to have a certain thickness of steel in order for this here to go on here. Like I said, this is a great little drill for a home shop, for a little fabrication shop, and the like, light duty industrial work as well. You've got the switch for the magnet. The drill motor will not start unless the magnet is turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in right now. Okay, we've got this, the drill motor is off. Turn that on. You can hear the buzz there, and that is not going anywhere. Then you turn on your drill. It's got a speed adjustment on it too. Here, turn it off, and then I can adjust it, and you'll hear it get faster. And it's got a forward and a reverse on it. And what this here will help you do here is you can also tap into your drilled steel. You can put a tap into the chuck here. It comes with a Jacobs chuck, so that way as well it has the weld-on adapter. Now you don't get cooling fluid in here because, well, your drill bits are not hollow and the like here, but this here goes from 3 to 16 millimeters, okay, which is like 0.62 inches in imperial here. So you've got a pretty good range of drill bits that you can utilize on this here. So you can run a tap with this here. It also comes with the hex key. You get a safety strap. Let me turn this off. And this here has a hole through here that the safety strap can go on. For home use, you may or may not need the safety strap so much, but no, you want to use safe machine shop practices in utilizing this here. This thing here is an absolute torque monster. You don't screw around with it. What was it, the shop guy in South Park? Those of you who watch that, no screwing around whatsoever with this here. When it comes to safety, wear safety glasses and clear your workspace. Pay attention to what you're doing, okay? Make sure you've got at least a 3/8 inch steel here. These here are made primarily for industrial use, okay? So you've got an upright steel beam, okay? With this here, you can latch it in and drill a hole horizontal on a steel beam. You're not going to get the cutting fluid to go into it, but you can utilize a little squirt bottle and squirt your cutting fluid on it if you need to. With this here, you can even drill overhead, okay? And that's where primarily as well these safety straps will come into play. So you got to know what you're doing if you're going to be using this here in anything other than just laying it flat down here, but it's got the versatility to do that, and that's why I like this drill here. It's versatile, it's very powerful, it cuts clean holes. I've seen some reviews about some of the mag drills, even some of the Vevor mag drills. People said that they had some run out, that oh, it's a bad drill. The bit wobbles around a little bit. Well, the bit probably wobbled around a little bit because they did not fully push this weld-on shank into the holder there. If you don't get this pushed in all the way, Okay, and it's a tight fit. When these are brand new here, this here is a very tight fit, and that's a good thing, okay? Because that way you're not going to have play. But if you have the least little speck of dirt on there or anything up inside the holder, you're going to get some wobble. So you got to make sure that it's in there properly, okay, in there fully. Have your set screws firmly tightened down on it. Same thing with the Jacob's chuck. It's got to be fully pushed up in there. Make sure it's fully seated. I have ran these at full speed and put something against it, and there's, I mean, any side-to-side play on it is pretty much imperceptible to these old eyes here. So I give it a thumbs up. There's a link there, show you where you can get some of the Vevor products. You can put the discount code in it. It's good for anything that they sell. They sell a lot of welding equipment, and the prices are really good. They're comparable to stuff you get at Harbor Freight, and the quality, I'm going to say, is better, okay? And they've got mag drills, welders, plasma cutters, all sorts of stuff. You can get pizza ovens, you can get all sorts of industrial tools, garden and the like, but we're talking about the mag drill today. I'm going to have a video coming up showing how you can adapt a mag drill to make you a little highly functional drill press, like I said, to replace a standard drill press here. And I'm going to do it utilizing this little chunk, this little steel table that I've got here, and I'll rig up a bed for that there. Hey, and check out my other channel here that's devoted to fabricating and welding up, making things out of metal. Those of you might like it there. So if you found the video helpful, give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. You got notifications. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching.